Hello, this is H.G. Bailey, and welcome to the true finale of Let's Play Mega Man Battle Network. Today, well, we need to get the last of the chips in order to fight the final super boss. Starting with this guy. I wasn't going to farm him now, but we might as well. He's called Mole, or some people call him Rush for some reason, because he's a dog or something. Doesn't look like Rush to me from the Mega Man games I played, but whatever. So basically, this fight is pretty much a game of whack-a-mole. You wait for him to pop up, and then you shoot him. Unfortunately, he gets faster and faster the longer the battle goes on, or the more hits you deal to him. So I have to use pause buffering. I am not nearly good enough, or have the reflexes good enough to be able to do this without pause buffering. But you do that, shoot him a few times, boom, he's dead, and pretty much doesn't matter what your busting level is, because you'll almost always have an opportunity to win the chip from him. Hooray! Now let's see what I'm running into next here. Okay, the guy in the back there, that is Twisty3, and he can drop the Remobit 3 chip. So basically, I'm mostly worried about the fishy, or the red fishy there. So just use a good Dino Wave chip right when it's charging at you. You'll get multiple hits on it. And then the Twisty3, relatively easy to beat to get that chip there. So, alright. Well, not bad so far. Let's keep on looking. I want to get Magic Man's chips while I'm here, too. By the way, we're still in Internet Area 14. But anyway, okay, got another new enemy there. Cloudy3. So you want to shoot it once to kind of get it to go in the air, and then hit it with whatever chip you got, like Dino Wave, and then boom, you got it. The Tier 3 Cloudist chip that I'll never use, but it's there. Okay, well, now let's get ready to find Magic Man around here randomly. There he is. Okay, Magic Man, version 3. Now, for this one, let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to start with my Dino Wave chips since I got so many of those. And I can also kill some of the random mobs he spawns there, too. Let's see. Let's get one more full charge shot. Okay, got you out of the way. And we got the... what is it? Program Advance that I needed, too. Alright. You could use Gutsman chips to break all the panels there, so that the mobs he summons will just be stuck where they are. But then it would be kind of hard to get out of the way of his fire, because I'd want to stay out of the path of the other enemies, since they can't move either. But alright, you kill him quickly enough, you get his Tier 3 chip. Hooray! Okay, well, now to get the harder one, the Tier 2 chip. So I'll just skip to the end where I actually get the chip if I do. Oh, I don't quite have him dead yet, though. You know, I needed to take an extra hit anyway to get my busting level low enough. And we got it! Alright. Yeah, probably busting level 8 or 9 would be ideal for winning that chip. And by the way, the other chips like Remobit 3 and Cloudist, it doesn't especially matter what your busting level is, just as long as it's like reasonably high, like 7, 8, 9, that'd be good. Now we're in Internet Area 15 here, where I want to try to get some fairly, well, really rare chips. Now, for some reason, these mosquitoes here, they move really slowly. Maybe they ran out of money, I don't know. I wonder if whatever their speed stat is, well, now we get the Drain 3 chip from them, but I wonder if their speed stat is so high that it, like, overflows the game or something, and makes them move really, really slowly or something like that. I don't know. What is it, supposed to fake you out? Like a slow ball or something? I don't know. But anyway, alright. So, once you've defeated Shadow Man, as I did earlier, or in the last episode, now you can meet up with him randomly around here. So starting off with a good gut shot, that'll be good there. Ow. Now, just like Pharaoh Man, he has 3 chips to actually get, not just 1. Let's see, let's get some more chips going there. Now, one thing you want to watch out for with him, when he makes all those shadow clones of himself, make sure you buster them down so that way they can't attack you. And when he jumps in the air, it kind of disappears like that, you want to start moving around really fast so he can't hit you with his shurikens. So just keep on moving around like that. And then once he does that, he'll be stunned for a moment, and then hit him with gut shot. Boom, he's dead. Hopefully I got a high enough busting level to get a good chip. And I do! Alright. Normally you need a busting level of 10 or S rank in order to get that chip. You could get it at 9, but it's really unlikely. So, yeah, that's one of the chips. That's basically the Anubis chip of Shadow Man, essentially. Okay, well, I've almost got him here. See what one I can get this time, if he'll ever get out of iframes. Or I could... Oh, wait, no, he's gonna be... He won't be able to hit him because, yeah... He was in the air, but okay. Hey, alright, well, at least I got something good out of it. By the way, the Anubis chip, someone was saying, H.C. Bailey, you could use that against the mole or rush enemy to slowly drain their HP, and that could really help out, but it would be really hard to farm those Anubis chips there. I wouldn't recommend it. But I would recommend killing Shadow Man again to get his tier 3 chip. Alright. So now, all that remains are the massively difficult to farm chips around here. Namely, Leaf Shield and Drop Down. So now that I'm done with Shadow Man, what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust my folder. This is going to be the reason why I made all my Dino Wave chips S-code. So that way I could use those along with my Sharkman 3 chips. And maybe some Quake chips while I'm at it, just to fill out my folder if I've got nothing better to do. They probably won't be useful for me where I'm going, but, well, we'll see. And then get the 5 Sharkman 3 chips. That's all you got. 5. 3 some! Okay, so 10 Dino Waves, 10 Quake 3, 5 Escape, 5 Sharkman 3 chips. And we'll be using them in this battle. Okay, this is the optimal battle to win the Leaf Shield chip. You got the Popper 2 up top, and then you've got another enemy on the bottom there. And you need to get a multiple deletion bonus, so that way you can get the busting level high enough, so that way you can win Leaf Shield from them. But it is really, really hard to do. You gotta get really lucky to get 2 Sharkman 3 chips in your opening hand there, and find the battle there too. So yeah, the only way you can get the chip is at busting level 10 or S. 9 theoretically could do it, but it's really, really hard. Same thing with this battle here, and I'm actually going to use a save state here because I have been doing this for 10 hours. And I'd really rather not have to find these guys again. So basically what you do is you use a Dino Wave chip on the Megallion there, and then a Sharkman 3 chip. Boom, you get your drop-down chip from them. And that is obscenely hard. I am not exaggerating. It took me 10 hours to win this chip. Between yesterday and today, that's why I didn't have an episode yesterday, because I couldn't find these guys and win the chip from them. But that is the optimal battle to do that with. If you don't want to win those 2 chips, I totally don't blame you. You could try your luck with the chip trader at Higsby's shop there. Just dump a bunch of chips in there and hope you get lucky. But I wanted to win them from actual battles here and not rely on more luck than I would have to. But okay, we're done with all the chips in Internet Area 15. Sorry if using the save state there bothers you, but I got to the point where it's like, okay, this is ridiculous. This is insane, winning those chips from the random viruses around there. But I always started the battle, or did it right at the start of the battle. I never, like, did it in the middle of the battle like that. But anyway, okay, so we got a new enemy there, Satella 3, and they have a new chip that I will want. So, let's see, I could use Sharkman 3 and Dynawave. Get those two. Sharkman 3 should kill the fishies because they're fire elemental. And then the Satella 3 is pretty much like all the other ones, just like it. So you get them that way, boom, you get your lock-on 3 chip from them. You can get it at lower ranks other than S. That chip is not really difficult to get. By the way, with the Leaf Shield and drop-down chips, yeah, let's just run from this one. But yeah, with those 2 chips, the 2 battle formations that I showed you there, those are pretty much the only ones you can really get them from. They do show up in a couple other formations, but it's really, they're like by themselves. So the highest battle busting level you could get is 9 out of that. So you need 2 enemies, including them, in order to get the multiple deletion bonus. So that way you can get your busting level high enough and win those 2 chips. But man, it is insane. It puts Final Fantasy XII rare game hunting to shame. Disgaea grinding. Holy cow. Okay, so that was the last of the fixed mystery data that I was looking for. And now we got the last random virus around here, Gaia 3. So basically, take out that Satella first there. Bust the Gaia 3 down. And let's see, got a couple Sharkman chips that should get the job done. I should be able to get them off before he can use his Gaia hammer again. Although I did take, I think I took a hit there, didn't I? Yeah. And so I might not be able to get it from this one. But I do! Alright. Okay, that is the last of the chips we need. So now, once you've gotten your library up to 174 different chips, there's one more chip that we can get now. You gotta have 174 chips in your library, and you need to be up at level 70. So you can fight this guy. Bass, Forte, Bass, however you want to pronounce his name, whatever. But anyway, yeah, now he actually spawns here. He's also the guy who copied that life virus program that they were talking about earlier. So basically what you want to do with him is just keep on dodging his attacks until you can get the gut shot program advance going there. And then while he's attacking, just like the life virus itself, it drops his aura, which leaves him open to attack. So basically what I'm looking for are 2 gut shots in order to take him out. I wouldn't even bother charging up your buster, because most of the time you're going to be too busy dodging his attacks to actually be able to hit him with anything. Maybe a little pause buffering might help, but not too much. But yeah, this attack, pretty easy to avoid. He does have some other attacks that are much more difficult to avoid there. Yeah, I can't even buster through his aura there. Let's see. No, we're still not good enough. By the way, in order to win the last chip from him, you need to... Well, you don't need a really high rank. All you gotta do is just kill him. You can get it at almost any busting level, really. But I mean, one more gut shot, that ought to do. Hopefully I'll get the chip from him. Not that it's really useful, but it's there. I don't even know who Bass or Forte or whatever his name is. I don't even know anything about him, really. By the time he came around in the Mega Man series, I'd stopped playing the games. So, yeah, I never played Mega Man and Forte or Bass or whatever. I don't know. Whatever his name is. I also heard that there's another chip that they gave out, like a limited time thing or whatever, chip 176, which is Bass's chip, actually. But I never did that at the time, so obviously I don't have access to that. I suppose I could hack it into my inventory, but what would be the point? We're done. So I hope you've enjoyed Let's Play Mega Man Battle Network. I might consider other games in the series, although right now I'm extremely worn out from trying to farm that one chip drop down there. So yeah, we're going to be taking a break, and then I'll get started on my next Let's Play series. This is HC Bailey, signing off. See you next Let's Play.